Good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to today's education based Indiana High School Athletic Association varsity boys basketball. We've got three nice officials. I tell you what, I recognize one of them. He is the middle one in height. And I tell you what, he is good. His last name is Hartman. We'll mention tonight's game is brought to you radio coverage made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM, WIBC.com on the internet. We'll mention tonight's ball game going to feature the Peru Tigers. Peru Tigers, they're actually their mascot is the Bengal Tiger. We'll call them Tigers. They go by Tigers. They're wearing the gray uniforms. They've got the sleeveless, but some of them have the black half I guess the shoulder sticking out there black, and some of them have long black sleeves, kind of like Reggie Miller used to wear when he wore the white sleeves. And we'll mention the Blue Devils hosting tonight. Blue Devils played last night. They'll play again tonight. And then Tuesday they will host Wabash. But tonight they're dressed up right now. They're wearing the white overshirts with Tipton across the chest. Several of them got the white and blue striped pants. And I'll mention Peru also. They've got the old gold, black, and white striped pants. So they came out of the locker room looking festive. And I should mention Peru Tigers, their team sat comfortably, quietly behind the bench during the JV game. They were all dressed nicely in a suit and tie. Some of them wearing the bow tie. We'll mention this game is brought to you by several. We'll mention first one bringing this game to you is Fritz and Fishers. Fritz and Fishers, they celebrating 43 years in the car business. They're in the heart of the Nickel Plate District. They are in Fishers, Indiana. They have cars and trucks. Each vehicle pre-delivery inspection. They have two Hamilton County locations. One is in Fishers, one along State Road 32, Noblesville. And you can reach them on the web at fritzinfishers.com. That's FRITZ. We'll talk a little bit about each school. First, we'll mention a little bit about the visiting team on the scoreboard tonight, the Peru Tigers. The Peru Tigers, they have a school enrollment of 588 students. Back home, they have a school capacity in their gymnasium. Beautiful gym, 3,000 capacity, pretty close to Tipton. Tipton with just 3,050. We'll mention Peru Tigers are Class 3A, Sectional 23. There are 7 in their sectional, and they are like this: West Lafayette. West Lafayette currently 7-2. Logansport 7-5 on the season. Northwestern 6-2. The Western Panthers are 5-6. Peru Tigers are 3-8. The Twin Lakes Indians are 4-7, and the Maconaquah Braves are 2-8. The principal at Peru Tiger High School, we'll try to get this right, Julie Jarrett. Probably didn't pronounce her name right, but she is the principal, the athletic director. I do know his name. His name is Adam Yates. Really enjoyed being with him. Got to see him girls basketball game, I think back December 3rd. And we'll mention the athletic secretary is Heather Mazzillo. Heather Mazzillo's husband is sitting to my left. He and another gentleman going to broadcast the game for the Peru Tigers. We'll mention Peru High School is located at 401 North Broadway. That's Peru, Indiana, 46970. You can dial them by phone. You can dial them up at 765-472-3301. On the web, it's PeruTigers.com. They wear the collars old gold and black. They perform in the Three Rivers Conference. Three Rivers Conference made up of 10 teams. And right now they stack up like this. Northwestern, they're 4-0 in the conference. They're 6-2 overall. Southwood, the Southwood Knights are 3-0 in the conference. They are 10-1. They have a 10-game win streak intact. They lost their first game of the season to Blackford. Lewis Cass Kings are 2-1. They're 5-3 overall. Followed up by Wabash Apaches. 2-1, 3-7 overall. Rochester, the Zebras are 1-1, 3-5. Whitko, they're 1-2, 4-6. Peru Tigers 1-2 in the conference, 3-8 presently. Winchester, they're 0-2, 3-8. Northfield 0-2, 0-10. Mechanical Braves 0-3, 2-8. As mentioned, the Peru Tigers are currently 3 wins, 8 losses on the season. They are 1-2 in the Three Rivers Conference. Offensively, per game average. Now, this is an average. If this is an 11-game average, I should mention I have stats tonight for both teams, but they are not including last night's game. It's a lot of effort for the coaches to get the stats figured up, send them to max preps, all ready to go in a 24-hour period. So I have 8-game stats for the Blue Devils. They're 3-6. I have 9-game stats for the Tigers. They are 3-8. So that's how the stats will work tonight. Peru Tigers per game average offensively 56.6. And defensively, they give up 65 a game. We'll mention their head coach is Travis Smith. Travis Smith, he spoke with me before the game, and I was very fortunate to get to sit beside him. Pretty good conversation. He knows a lot about the community. We'll mention he's 30 wins, 32 losses on the season, working in year number 3. Next game on the agenda for the Peru Tigers going to happen next Friday the 16th. 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. It'll be the Class 3A Sectional 23 Peru Tigers, and they will travel to Class 3A Sectional 23 Mechanical Braves. So that'll be a sectional game, basically. They could play each other in the sectional, but they will play against each other next Friday, a conference matchup. Now, a little bit about the Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devils, their school was founded in 1962. They have a school enrollment, students 454. As mentioned, their gym capacity right here, 3,050. And I have seen this gym filled up to capacity. And that's no joke. That's when Derek Elston was a senior. They were going against Northwestern. They were supposed to play the game on Saturday. We had some serious snow. They had to cancel. They rescheduled. They played it 2 days later on a Monday. I believe, yes, it went overtime. Elston took the last 2 shots. I couldn't make either. He'd have won the game, but I tell you what, Derek Elston, what a gentleman. Derek Elston in the same class, grade-wise, as my son TJ. TJ, he went to Hamilton Heights, and that's why I know so much about that. TJ and Derek, 2010 graduate, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm getting old myself. But we'll mention Tipton Blue Devils. They're Class 2A, Sectional 39. There are 6 in their sectional. After last night's games, here's how they stack up now. Taylor Titans, they're 7-3. The Frankton Eagles are 7-3. The Sheridan Blackhawks are 7-1. The Elwood Panthers, they fell last night. They are now 5-5. The Lapel Bulldogs are 4-3, and the Tipton Blue Devils are 3-6. Tipton High School, their principal is Craig Leach. Their athletic director is Colin Quinn. Their athletic trainer is Burke Emmert. Tipton High School, located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-675-7431. On the web, it's TiptonAthletics.com. They wear the collars blue and white. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Conference. They have an East Division and a West Division. In the East, there are 4 teams. At the top, right now, it's Western, 2-0, 5-6 overall. Logansport, they're 1-1, 7-5 overall. Tipton and Hamilton Heights matchups. We'll mention the West Division. 5 teams, West Lafayette. They're 1-0 in the conference. That's the West Division. They're 7-2 overall. Benton Central, they're 1-1, 3-7 overall. Central Catholic, they have not played a divisional game yet in the West Division. They're 4-6. Rensselaer Central, they're 0-0 in the division. They're 1-8 overall. And Twin Lakes Indians are 0-1. They are 4-7 overall. As mentioned, the Tipton Blue Devils currently 3 wins, 6 losses on the season. They are 1-1 in the Hoosier Conference East Division, and we'll mention the average per game average in 9 games. They're averaging 50.2 points per game. Defensively, they're giving up 50.6 points per game. We'll mention the head coach is Mr. Tommy Newton. Tommy Newton, 3-6, first-year coach here for the Tipton Blue Devils, and we'll mention the next team on the agenda. For the Blue Devils, going to be next Tuesday. They're coming up Tuesday, the 13th of January, 6 o'clock, JB, 7:30 varsity. As mentioned, the Wabash Apache will be right here with the Tipton Blue Devils. Clock rolling down, 38 seconds left, and I'm here in the pregame. Both teams are seated or right there at their bench area. Officials ready to go. They're in front of the scorer's bench, and the Tipton band, the pet band, they're on the stage, and they're going to bless us with a great version, great rendition of the national anthem. Clock's getting ready to roll out, 15 seconds. Everybody know it's time to stand. If you can, put your hand over your heart. And the United States of America doing good things across our continent. So we're going to set this down for our national anthem.
Our country, Tipton High School propaganda, congratulating the skis of Wallen, JV's our national anthem.
It's our national anthem, Tipton, pet band. We'll start out like this. We'll mention the starting lineups. First, for the Peru Tigers, the visiting team on the scoreboard. They'll start like this, wearing number 0. He's 5'6". He's a junior, 5.2 points per game average. Jacob Boswell. Wearing number 3, 6'1" sophomore, 19.2 points per game average. Zion C. Wearing number 5, he's a 6-foot junior, 5.8 points per game average. Isaac Braley. Wearing number 11, he's 6'2", 12.6 points per game average. Lee Beller. Wearing number 15, 6'3", he's a freshman, 4.8 per game average. That's Kingston Eldridge. The head coach is Travis Smith. Now for the Tipton Blue Devils. He'll wear number 2. He's 6'2". He's a junior. Peyton Aller. He's averaging 16.6 per game. Also, number 21, 6'8" junior. 10.4 points per game average. 6.9 rebounds per game. Grayson McFall. Wearing number 22, 6'2" freshman. 7.3 points per game average. Kellen Williams. Wearing number 23, 6'1". He's a sophomore. He plays quarterback for the Tipton Blue Devils football team. That is Quinn Toll. Wearing number 33, he's 6'6". He's a senior. That's Zach Ridgway. The head coach is Tommy Newton. So they're getting introduced right now. We'll let you know a little bit about the athletic conference and ball games that happened last night. and ball games that are going to happen that are going on right now as we speak. And as you know, the NFL playoffs, they began today. And yeah, playoffs. There we go. I don't say that much. First time ever, I think. The game almost over. Rams and the Panthers start at 4:30 tonight. It'll be the Packers and the Bears. Packers and the Bears. I tell you what, tonight will be the 213th time that they played each other in history. We're going to jump it up right now. It's going to be Grayson McFalls. Grayson McFalls wears number 21 for the Blue Devils. He's a junior. He'll jump up against number 15, Kingston Eldridge. 6'3" freshman. Tipped to the backcourt, picked up by the Blue Devils. On the dribble in the front court, Peyton Aller. Working against him is number 5, Isaac Braley. But working outside the arc, working around the perimeter. Touches the hands briefly. Quinn Toll now back out top. Peyton Aller works at left side to the corner. Kellen Williams working around the perimeter. Peyton should say Quinn Toll, who working inside off the glass. 2-point bucket, good. 33, Zach Ridgway, and he got fouled. He'll shoot one more. Nice speed right there from Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll gets a good assist. And first foul of the ball game going to be whistled against the Peru Tigers. It'll be whistled against number 15, Kingston Eldridge. He has one. Free throw line, Zach Ridgway. First shot, only shot, rims out, wouldn't go. Rebound, credit to number 15, Kingston Eldridge. To the front court with the basketball. Zion C, they're working around the perimeter. They're bouncing into Eldridge. Then the paint, he'll go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Whistle blows, and he will collect a foul. He'll absorb that foul, and he'll shoot two. So Blue Devils come down the other side of the court, the other end, pick up their first foul in the contest. It's going to be whistle against Grayson McFalls. He has one. At the free throw line, first shot, rims off, wouldn't go. Kingston Eldridge. Eldridge steps to the line. He's working on his free throws. He'll get one more. Kingston Eldridge, 6'3". Second one is good. Got the back end of a two-shot foul. It's a 2-1 contest. Blue Devils in front. There's dribble to the sideline. Quinn Toll. Pick up a screen from Zach Ridgway. He'll take it on in, coast to coast. Couldn't get the shot, left-handed layup. Rebound, Eldridge to the front court. They'll bounce it into paint. Picking up the basketball, 5, Braley, Isaac Braley. They'll work it around the perimeter. 3-point shot, rims off. Shot taken by Reese Beller. Rebound, Peru. They'll get another attempt in the front court. Off the glass. Good 2-point basket. Kingston Eldridge, right side of the glass in the paint. The 3-2 contest. Purdue Tigers by 1. 6:50 left here in the first quarter. Just begun. They're working back around. Try to bounce it in to Grayson McFalls. They tipped away and stolen. Steal right there by number 11, Reese Beller. To the front court now, Peru Tigers. They'll bounce it in, Eldridge. Eldridge will bring the ball back out. Out behind the arc on the dribble. That's Zion C. He'll float it into Eldridge, 14-footer. Off the glass. Not sure if he called glass, but they're going to say that an ATM is open all night long. 6:16 on the game clock. First quarter, 5-2 contest. Peru Tigers in front. Working outside for the basketball. Peyton Aller. He'll bounce it left side behind the arc. Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll going to backpedal dribble. Tipped around, going to go out of bounds. His last touch. Good effort there by Zion C. It's going to belong in the front court with Tipton. Brought in half court in the front court, side court to Peyton Aller. He'll bounce it in. Free throw line, Grayson McFalls. He'll dribble in. He'll go off the glass. 2-point bucket. Good. Grayson McFalls weighed his options and took it to the glass hard. 2-point bucket for Grayson. The 5-4 contest. Peru Tigers by 1. In the front court with the basketball. 3-point shot, Eldridge. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Zach Ridgway. Ridgway going to try to pass, chest pass, Peyton Aller. Good hands in the backcourt. Tips it out of bounds. Zion C. and Coach Travis Smith going to give him some information. We're going to do the timeline on the dribble. Slow pace there is Peyton Aller. He'll slow it up more in the front court. Out top, he'll bounce it behind the arc. Left side, he get the ball back. 3-point shot, rims off. Peyton Aller tracking down the board is working right there is Williams. Williams gets the ball back. Elbow right side, picks up the dribble. Works the left side behind the arc. Grayson McFalls. One dribble back to Zach Ridgway. And now Peyton Aller on the dribble. Working against him is number 11, Reese Beller. In the front court. Still moving around the perimeter. 13-foot away. Going to pass it down low to Ridgway. Ridgway couldn't handle it. It's tipped out of bounds. It was last touched by the Peru Tigers. Going to be brought in right at the bucket on the baseline. Quinn Cole going to trigger the inbound. Being guarded there by Zion C. So they'll work it out top. They'll reset the offense right there with Peyton Aller. We're going to see a couple of subs check in here momentarily for the Tigers. 4:48 on the game clock. Jump pass outside, three-point shot in the air. Good. Kellen Williams, the freshman. Kellen Williams lights it up for three-point land. He's shooting above 33% behind the arc. They're working around the corner. On the dribble, Zion C back out top. Isaac Braley now back left side. They'll work at the Beller. Now they're working back inside to Zion C. He lost the handle. Going to be regathered by Peru. Work this in the front court once again. They'll reset the offense. Eldridge out top. Three-point shot. Couple of steps behind the arc. Left-handed, I should say left elbow extended. Wouldn't go. Should have taken by Jacob Boswell. And it will be a foul during the rebound. They're going to whistle this foul on the Tigers. And substitutions in the ball game. We're going to see Boswell take a breather and Eldridge for Peru. In the ball game for the Peru Tigers, number 14, Oliver Raby. Oliver Raby, a 6'1" senior. We're trying to pick up that other one just to enter the ball game. That's number 10, Ben Winecoop. Three-point shot, good. Blue Devils for 22. Kellen Williams has two here in the first quarter. Two three-point shots. Good. It's a 10-5 contest. Blue Devils in front. We're going to back around. We'll dribble in. Free throw lane. You'll pass it back out. Working around the perimeter. Isaac Braley. Going to drive baseline now. Number 11, power layup wouldn't go. Reese Beller. Rebound fought for. Picked up by Peru. They're going to whistle a foul. They're going to whistle a foul. It was good effort on Quinn Toll, but he's going to pick up the foul. He hit the deck going after the basketball. That's just the way they play in Indiana. So they're going to bring the ball in, right the bucket on the baseline. Going to be tossed in. Peru Tiger, number 5, Isaac Braley. Shot from the corner, wasn't there. I go there. That was number 3, Zion C. Ball's tipped out of bounds. I take that back. They're going to call a foul. So they're going to whistle a foul. That's going to be called against Isaac. We'll double check here. Yeah, Isaac Braley, number 5. He picks up his first. Team foul number 3 in the quarter against Peru. Blue Devils have 2. Outside the arc, Kellen Williams. Three-point shot, good. They're going to have to get on Williams. He's 3 for 3 from three-point land. 13-5 and an 8-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Working outside the arc. Working back out top. That's number 5, Isaac Braley. Ball's loose. Picked back up in the front court by Peru. Working around the perimeter as Oliver Raby. Now they'll go to the corner with it. Peyton Hall are going to guard the basketball. That was number 3, Zion C. They'll bounce it in. 14 feet away. He's in the lane. Gets rid of it. Going to dribble in, sidestep. They go to the corner. Three-point shot in the air. Wouldn't go. Left-handed shot wouldn't go. That was Zion C. Rebound Blue Devils crossing the timeline with the basketball. Kellen Williams. They'll work it around the perimeter. Quinn Toll picks up the dribble. To the corner. Peyton Aller. Three-point shot. Rims out. Peyton Aller follows his shot. Gets the rebound. Tries to pass it down low. He was looking for Zach Ridgway. It's tipped away. Going coast to coast. 2-point bucket. Right-handed layup. That was number 3, Zion C. for the Peru Tigers. 13-7 contest. First quarter, 2:05, clock moving. Blue Devils in the front court. 3-point shot rims out this time. Kellen Williams tried another 3 from the right corner baseline. It rimmed off. And a rebound foul going to be whistled on the Blue Devils. That's number 33, Zach Ridgway. He'll take a breather. So substitutions in the ball game. Too many to mention. I'll try. In the ball game for Tipton is number 40, Jace Clark. Jace Clark in the ball game. I think Peru also substituted. They're working around the perimeter in the front court. They'll bounce it around. They go to Eldridge. Eldridge back in the ball game. He got a breather. Jumped thinner. Started this ball game. They're going to paint. 2-point shot wouldn't go. That was Zion C. Going to fight for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. Jump ball. Eldridge is going to lock it up. Eldridge thought he had the basketball outright, and he may have, but they're going to call it jump ball. Alternate possession arrow is going to give it to Peru. Peru going to bring it in right in the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be triggered in by 14, Oliver Raby. They'll work it in off the glass, 2-point bucket, good. Number 3, Zion C. He leads the team in average, 19.2. He's a left-handed player. So Zion C for 2. It's a 13-9 contest. 4-point advantage, going to be a kick. Trying to make the pass there, bounce pass, was going to be Quinn Toll, and good reflexes on the jump kick by Zion C. It goes out of bounds. It's an intentional kick. They'll bring it in from the side court. Brought in, Peyton Aller on the dribble. He'll bounce it to the corner. Kellen Williams back to Peyton. Around the perimeter, get it out to Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll looking to get rid of it. Double team, jump pass out of it. They'll go to the corner. 3-point shot, good. Kellen Williams has 3-point shots. And he's missed one here in the quarter. He's 4 for 5. We're going to the corner with the basketball on the dribble. Zion C. You'll get it back to the corner. Bring it back around. That's number 10, Wincoop. And the back out top, Wincoop going to take a 3. Right elbow extended. It rims out nearly halfway down. Rebound, Peru. They'll try another shot. 3-point layup. Zion C. And Eldridge there's going to be a bump at the middle of the floor, and Eldridge going to get called for the foul. He just hit the wrong place at the wrong time. He'll pick up his second foul, and he'll take a breather. And in the ball game for Peru, we're going to see number 5 again, Isaac Braley, original starter. And also original starter, number 11, Reese Beller. In the ball game for the Tipton Blue Devils, we're going to see number 4, Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith in the ball game. He'll bring the ball in front of the scores bench. Slightly backcourt, picked up by Peyton Aller. Aller going to be guarded there. 3-quarter court by Isaac Braley. They'll work at left side, Quinn Smith. Now the corner, Kellen Williams back out top. Smith, he'll feed Aller. He'll go up to a shot in the paint. He waited for the guys to come down. Couldn't get the bucket. Ball goes out of bounds. That was Grayson McFalls chasing that rebound. Went out of bounds. It's going to belong to Peru. They'll bring it 84 feet. Going to bounce it in. Going to bring it to the timeline. That's number 10, Wincoop. Ben Wincoop, he's a 5'9 junior. They'll work it around the perimeter. Right side, Wincoop. Now back out top. Oliver Raby. Get the ball back. Isaac Braley. Going to go baseline. Wincoop in the paint. 2-point shot off the glass. Got it. Credit the bucket. Peru Tiger. Number 5, Isaac Braley. 16-11. 4 seconds left. First quarter. Long 3-point shot. Rims out. Jace Clark. Couldn't get that one. That'll complete the first quarter of play here at Tipton High School. At the end of 1, Blue Devils 16, Tigers 11. Now we'll talk a little bit about what's happening tonight, or what happened last night in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. In the Hoosier Athletic Conference last night, there were 5 games. It was Benton Central 66, Twin Lakes 53. That was at Twin Lakes. It was a conference game in the West Division. Last night, Hamilton Heights. It was at Hamilton Heights 66, Northwestern 56. At Harrison last night, Harrison 64, West Lafayette 55. McConaughey was at Tipton last night. McConaughey 63, Tipton 57. McCutcheon, the home game for McCutcheon, they defeated Central Catholic 56-44. In the Three Rivers Conference last night, there were 6 ball games. McConaughey was at Tipton. It was 63-57. McConaughey got the win. Northfield was at Lewis Cass. Lewis Cass 59, Northfield 39. Hamilton Heights were home with Northwestern. Hamilton Heights 66, Northwestern 56. Oak Hill was at Peru. It was Oak Hill 79, Peru 53. And Oak Hill still unbeaten on the season. Southwood 62, Westdale 33. Rochester 59, Whitcote 34. In the paint, kicks it to the corner. 3-point shot rims out. Quinn Smith. Rebound controlled there by number 10, Wincoop. They're working around the perimeter. They'll bounce it in. Jump shot outside the paint. Wouldn't go from the baseline. Shot taken there by Reese Beller. They're going to whistle a foul during the rebound. In the backcourt, they're going to whistle this on Peru. Number 5, Isaac Braley. Isaac Braley picks up number 2 in the contest. First foul, Peru, here in the second quarter. Ball brought in. Peyton Aller going to bring it to the timeline. He's being guarded full court by Isaac Braley. We'll see another couple players for the Tigers check in next dead ball. 7:25, second quarter. 16-11, Tipton by 5. Dribble to the baseline, Quinn Smith. Kicked it back out. 3-point shot, good. Jay Clark from 3-point land. As mentioned last night, he got a couple. He's shooting above 37% from 3-point land. Senior Jay Clark. We're working out top. Work it right side. Isaac Braley back out to get to Wincoop. Wincoop crossed the path right there around the perimeter. Touches the hands briefly. Oliver Raby now back out to reset the offense with number 11, Reese Beller. 3-point shot, Wincoop. Wincoop right there in front of Coach Tommy Newton. 3-point bucket for Ben Wincoop. This 19-14 contest. Blue Devils by 5 in the paint. Shot wouldn't go. He got fouled. He'll shoot 2. That was Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams going to go to the foul stripe. They're going to whistle this foul on Peru. Number 10, Ben Wincoop. He's a 5'9 junior. Wincoop, pretty good shooter from 2 and 3-point land. Kellen Williams, first shot, good. They'll get another. Substitutions in the ball game for Peru. Number 3, Zion C. Back in the ball game, original starter. Also in the ball game, number 23, Talon Douglas, 5'9 junior. Second shot for Kellen Williams. Since that rims out long, wouldn't go. He got the first. It's a 20-14 contest. Rebound out there, Peru Tigers, number 20, Ashton Moore. Take that back. We're going to back around and we're going to in the paint. 2-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Owen Spidell. Owen Spidell checked in during the timeout. I should say the timeout was the break between quarters. They'll work it in. They'll pass it in. Quinn Smith in the paint. Quinn Smith took a jump. They're going to call him for travel. They're going to call no foul. There's no whistle on the friction. He got bumps, couldn't go on up for the shot, but he came back down with the basketball, and they call him for a traveling violation. In a perfect world, they're working it back around. Going to bounce it to the baseline. Going to dribble in. That's number 3, Zion Steele. Kick it back out. 3-point shot when to go. Rebound, put back. Almost went. And on the rebound putback, that was Talon Douglas trying to get the bucket. They go back the other direction. They go coast to coast. Kellen Williams couldn't get the shot off the glass, but he will shoot 2. So Kellen Williams back to the stripe. Foul's going to be whistled. That was on the Peru Tigers. Kellen Williams going to shoot 2. First shot up and good. Substitution, Peru Tigers. Going to be number 0, Jacob Boswell, original starter. He's 5'6". He's a junior. He plays the game well. That's foul whistle on Peru. Number 14, Oliver Raby. Second shot, good. Kellen Williams. 21, now 22-14. Williams is going to take a breather with 5:54 left here in the second quarter. Back in the ballgame for the Blue Devils is 21, Grayson McFall, 6'8" junior. We're working through the perimeter. Outside the arc, McFall's guarding the basketball. Oliver Raby, he'll pass out of it. They'll go to the corner. 3-point shot, left-handed shot, rims out. Shot wouldn't go. That was taken by 23, Talon Douglas. Back the other direction, Blue Devils. Grayson McFall is going to dribble in. They're going to get him for an offensive foul. He lowered the shoulder and probably earned him the foul. And so they'll bring the ball in from the backcourt, and that will be a turnover in the scorebook. So foul whistled on Grayson McFalls. He has 2. Substitution, Blue Devils going to check in again with number 22, Kellen Williams. 23, Quinn Toll, and 33, Zach Ridgway, original starter, back in the ballgame. We'll bring it to the timeline. On the dribble, that's 11. Reese Beller. They'll work it outside. Around the perimeter, out top. Zion. That's Zion C. He'll dribble in. He'll dish off. Ball's loose in the paint. Down on the floor again was Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll reaching for that basketball. They're going to whistle a foul. It's not going to be on Quinn. It's going to be on 33, Zach Ridgway. Ridgway going to pick up his second in the contest. And it's going to be a shooting foul at the foul stripe. At the foul stripe, because there's a double check. It's a shooting foul. I think there's a double check in there. Is number 11, Reese Beller. So he'll shoot 2. First shot up and good. He's fighting the crowd noise. Nothing but net on that one. We're back in the ball game. There's Isaac Humrickhouse, number 32. He's down low on the block, taking a breather. He has 2 fouls. That is Zach Ridgway. He'll take a breather. Second shot. Also good. Got both of them. That's number 11, Reese Beller. Reese Beller, a 6'2" junior. Turn, bring it from the backcourt. Got some pressure in the backcourt. 4 defenders. And Coach Tommy Newton going to call a timeout. Kind of save the situation. He'll take a 30-second timeout. And then we'll also mention tonight's game. Tonight's game's happening here in the Hoosier Conference. 1-11, that's the Covington Trojans. They are at the 7-2 West Lafayette Red Devils. That game's a 6:30 start. Central Catholic conference game in the West Division. They are at Rensselaer Central, 8 o'clock start, time zone. The Logansport conference game, East Division, they are at Western tonight. That ought to be a good one. Rochester is at Twin Lakes. Yorktown at Hamilton Heights. And the Peru Tigers are right here with the Tipton Blue Devils. And as mentioned, that Yorktown game going to happen on February 10th. That's the rescheduled date at Yorktown for the Blue Devils. Going to be brought in, left the bucket on the baseline. Quinn Toll. All 10 players in the backcourt. They get it in. Now they'll relax to the front court. Ball brought in. Peyton Aller now. Isaac Humrickhouse back to Aller. Aller going to dribble around. They're going to balance the floor there. They'll work it right side. Out top, Isaac Humrickhouse. 4:50 left here in the second quarter. 22-16. Blue Devils by 6. Out top, 3-point shot. Good. Helen Williams is on fire here in the first half. 25-16. 4:35 left here in the second quarter. They go to the corner with it to Winku. They'll work it back around. Jacob Boswell. Working in there. Zion C on glass. Power drive on the baseline. And off the glass in the paint. 2 points for Zion C. It's 25-18. 7-point advantage for the Blue Devils. 4:15 on the game clock. Working it out top of the basketball, Kellen Williams. He'll hand off. Peyton Aller. Aller on the dribble out top. Back to Williams. He's open. He'll take a shot. 3-point shot there. Wouldn't go. Rebound in the corner. Collected there by Quinn Toll. And Quinn Toll going to push it and throw it off of a defender. It goes out of bounds. It belonged to the Blue Devils. Toll was going out of bounds. He had not much of a choice there. Back in the ball game for Peru is going to be number 5, Isaac Braley. Taking a breather is 23, Callan Douglas. They'll work it into Isaac Humrickhouse. Quinn Toll back out. Jace Clark, he'll take a 3, wouldn't get it. Rebound, Isaac Humrickhouse. He got the bucket left side of the rim off the glass. 27-18, 9-point advantage for the Blue Devils. 3:45 left. They'll drive baseline. Zion C. Almost a duplicate shot there in the paint off the glass. Zion C for 2. 3:35 on the game clock. 27-20. In the front court, Isaac Humrickhouse on the dribble out top of the circle. They're working to Quinn. He'll work it inside. Jace Clark off the glass. Couldn't get it. Fighting for the board. Couldn't get that. That was Peyton Aller. Back the other direction. Zion C. He'll bring it back out. Reset the offense. Out top. Touches the hands briefly. Beller. Now they're working to Zion C. Elbow. Right side. Picked up the dribble. Out top. Winku. Works it left side with the basketball. Isaac Braley. Cross court lengthy pass to Boswell. And Winku trying to toss it in to Zion C. It's tipped away and stolen by Isaac Humrickhouse. Back the other direction. 3-point shot. Quinn Toll. Rimmed out. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Peru Tigers. Credit the board. I believe that was Jacob Boswell. To the corner. 3-point shot. Good. Credit the bucket. Peru Tiger number 3. Zion C. Zion C pretty close to 30% from 3-point land. 2:33 on the game clock. 27-23. Blue Devils by 4 with the basketball in the front court. Jace Clark going to work it down low. In the paint, Isaac Humrickhouse finds Peyton Aller. Shot in the paint, wouldn't go. Rebound out of there, collected by number 11, Reese Beller. They'll kick it back out. Zion C. 3-point shot, wouldn't go. And the rebound out of there, Kellen Williams. And he'll outlet to Peyton Aller. They'll work it left side on the dribble. Isaac Humrickhouse. Jace Clark. He'll dribble in, baseline. He'll go off the glass. Got the bucket. and he'll shoot one. Went baseline there. He was going to take a three. He found an opening. Went baseline right side. Got the bucket. Jace Clark going to try for the three-point play. Back in the ball game for Peru. We're going to see number 14, Oliver Raby. Number 12, also in the ball game, Dawson Babbs. Dawson Babbs enters the ball game for the Tigers. Three-point shot, three-point play is good for Jace Clark. Jace Clark going to call timeout, and that was Jace Clark's first free throw shot this season. He's 1 for 1. 156 on the game clock. 30, 23 Blue Devils by 7. Out top, three-point shot, good. Peru Tigers, that's number 23, Talon Douglas, nails the three, cuts the lead to 4. 30, 26 Blue Devils. Bounced across the timeline. I.G. Cumberland back to Quinn Smith. We're going to back in. They go left side, try to go off the glass. Quinn Smith going to absorb a pretty good size foul there. He'll shoot 2. So the foul's whistled. Peru Tigers, number 14, Oliver Raby. Raby picks up his second foul in the contest. Quinn Smith will have 2 shots at the foul stripe. First shot up, rims around, wouldn't go. 1:34 left. We're in the second quarter. Nearing halftime. Blue Devils 30. Tigers 26. Second shot. Quinn Smith. Second shot, good. 31-26. Blue Devils by 5. Lengthy pass to the front court. They get the ball back. That's Reese Beller. He's going to get the ball to Reese or Zion C, and Zion C going to get fouled on his way to the bucket. So Peyton Aller going to pick up his first foul here in the ballgame. That's foul number 3 on the Blue Devils. Blue Devils will shoot on a common foul by Peru. Shot just outside the paint off the glass, wouldn't go. And that was Reese Beller. It's tipped out of bounds. It's going to belong to Peru Tigers. Left of the bucket on their own baseline. It's going to be tossed in by Oliver Raby. He'll bounce it in. It's going to go out of bounds. Good feet work right there. Footwork by Peyton Aller. It goes out of bounds. They'll bring the ball back in. And again, it's going to be Oliver Raby triggering in the inbound. 1:23 left here in the second quarter. They'll bring it in outside the arc. They'll bounce it out top. Beller. They'll work it left side. Zion C behind the back pass. They'll work it in. They get the ball back out to Beller. Now Zion C will dribble in. He'll take a shot outside the paint, left side. Didn't get the bucket. Rebound, Peru. Ball's loose, picked up by Zion C. They'll take another shot, and the ball's loose there. It's all jump ball. There is a lot of friction going on with some whistles that are being swallowed. So they're going to call timeout. Coach Travis Smith is wanting to call a timeout, and he had to go out on the court, and absolutely that he wasn't being paid attention to. But anyway, he gets a timeout, and the officials finally see him, and so they're going to take a 30-second timeout. And basketball here, and we'll mention last night, Saturday the 10th. I should say this tonight, Saturday the 10th. 5 games in Three Rivers. It's Clinton Prairie at Northwestern. It's a Manchester conference game at Lewis Cass. Peru here with Tipton. Rochester is at Twin Lakes. Whitco is at Lakewood Park. And then on Tuesday night, I mentioned this because the Blue Devils will play a Three Rivers Conference member. That's the Wabash Apaches on Tuesday. There'll be one other game Tuesday in the Three Rivers. That'll be Northwestern at Western. So second buzzer going to bring the ball in after a 30-second timeout. Going to be triggered in by Peru, number 14, Oliver Raby. Looking to get it in. He does behind the arc. Works it back around. That was number 12, Dawson Babb. They'll work it back around. Pick up the dribble. Zion C. Beller going to drive the lane. He'll go off the glass, and a foul's called. They do call a foul there. Number 11, Reese Beller, going to shoot 2. And they're going to whistle his foul on number 32, Isaac Humrickhouse. Humrickhouse going to pick up his first in the ballgame. At the line, number 11, Reese Beller. First shot rims around, wouldn't go. He'll get one more. Back in the ballgame for the Blue Devils is number 14, Jace Clark. Taking a breather is Isaac Humrickhouse. So Reese Beller going to get one more. He's a 6'2" junior, 12.6 a game. Set the shot, rims around, way to go. Rebound, Peyton Aller. 50 seconds left here in the quarter. We're nearing halftime. Peyton Aller on the dribble. Working against him well is Oliver Raby, playing tight defense. So we're going to left side, Quinn Toll. Lost the handle, picks it back up. Left side behind the arc, Quinn Smith. 34 seconds left. Out top center circle, Peyton Aller. He'll give the ball up. Quinn Smith on the dribble. Picked up in a hurry by Oliver Raby. So working down low, Quinn Toll off the glass, 2-point bucket. And a nice assist from Quinn Smith. The Quinn brothers working the 2-point bucket. From the corner baseline, shot way to go. Got taken there by Dawson Babb. Ball's loose. 8 seconds left. Blue Devils in the front court. Spin move in the paint off the glass. Peyton Aller wouldn't get it. Got his own board. Put it back up and got the second shot. And he'll shoot one with 1.8 seconds left here in the second quarter. 35-26. Blue Devils by 9. Peyton Aller are going to have a chance for a 3-point play. Peyton Aller, like he got some new sneakers there. Got some all white. Shot on the way. Will go. Rimmed out. Rebound. Aller. He saves the basketball. And that will take us to halftime. A tremendous effort by Aller. We'll go to halftime. Halftime score. Tipton Blue Devils 35. Peru Tigers 26. We do thank you for tuning in. And I will mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by McCormick Printing. McCormick Printing Impressions. Before we dive back into action, we want to spotlight a business that's been printing success in our community for 50 incredible years. McCormick Printing Impressions. From business cards to banners, T-shirts to office supplies, MPI is your local full-service print shop, delivering quality, great service, and creativity in every project. Family owned and operated for 2 generations, MPI knows that your first impression matters, so they make sure it's a good one. Next time you need something printed with perfection, turn to MPI, because at McCormick Printing Impressions, they don't just print, they help you make your best impression. I tell you what, I was at T-Mobile this week, a couple of days, and it was well worth my time. And I mentioned McCormick Printing to a particular gal that was helping me there with my cell phone operation. I did switch. I switched to T-Mobile. Jaya Scott Dance. She worked right there. She's a rep at T-Mobile in Noblesville. That's store number 179D. Right there on Mercantile Boulevard, Noblesville, Indiana. Their store phone number is 317-219-5124. I say this because Put Me in Sports is put out in the airwaves by cellular phone. I had one particular other carrier for 30 plus years. I went to T-Mobile, and I tell you what, it's going to save me some money. I took economics in high school, but I didn't realize I'd be economically fit after I went to T-Mobile. So we'll mention Jaya Scott. She helped me with my phone situation, but she also has become a realtor. She is a realtor and a broker. She went to Lawrence North High School. She's a graduate there. She did not play sports. I'm pretty nosy. We had time to kill, so I asked some questions. She said she was in dance. So while she was in high school, she was in the dance routine. She went out of halftime basketball games, football games, and did the dance routine. And right now, she's working at T-Mobile in Noblesville, and she worked for FC Tucker Company. And you ought to check Jaya out. She is purely professional, and she will help you, whether it's T-Mobile or talk to Tucker. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. Have you driven downtown Arcadia, Indiana lately? Check out Munchie's. Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. In addition to ice cream and milkshakes and soda sippers, their cookies are just like Grandma used to make, baked from scratch. They do catering. If you need a lot of cookies for an event, call them at Munchies. They will help you get the job done. You can reach them by phone at 463. If you didn't know, 463 takes the place of a 317 area code. Because 317 area code, there's not many left. So they picked up the 463. So it's 463 325 8679. Again, 463 325 8679. They've got chocolate chip, they've got snickerdoodle, sugar cookies, and more. Their winter shop hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop at 151 West Main Street, Arcadia. Stop by their shop. You can get out of the cold, enjoy a warm apple crisp, or you can salivate thinking about their peach cobbler. They also have hot chocolate, and that hot chocolate will hit the spot. No order too big, no order too small. That's Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop, downtown Arcadia. If you're familiar where Donovan's used to be, they are right across the street. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, she's Century 21. She's a real estate and a broker and a realtor, along with Jaya Scott from Talk to Tucker. And we'll mention Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She does have a vast knowledge with more than 25 years experience. And you can let Lisa look or let Lisa list. Lisa knows that each home is precious. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. That's Scoop's company. It's highly recommended. She's a real estate agent or real estate broker. You can contact Lisa Stokes Bear by cellular phone or text message 317 513 4086. Again, 317 513 4086. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. I tell you what, we'll also mention, we'll talk a little bit about ranking for this week. We'll mention a few of them. We'll mention these rankings just because tonight we have a 2A school, that's Tipton Blue Devils, going against a 3A school, Peru Tigers. This week, they were tabulated on January 5th, on Monday. 2A rankings, here's how they are. Top 18. At the top, Oak Hill. Oak Hill played last night. Peru Tigers were their opponents. Oak Hill, they're 8-0. They're number 1. Number 2, Park Heritage, 9-2. Number 3, there are 2 teams tied. Westview at 8-1. Paoli, the Rams are 8-0. At number 5 is Centerville. They're 9-1. Number 6, Blackford, 9-0. Blackford, as you know, handed the Peru Tigers, I should say, double check there. We'll get that figured out. But the Blackford Bruins, double check here. Blackford Bruins, yeah, handed Southwood, the Knights, their first loss, and Southwood hasn't lost since. And we'll mention at number 7, Linton Stockton, the Miners, 7-3. Number 8, Shenandoah, they're 8-1. Number 9 is Park Tudor, they're 4-3. Number 10 is Triton Central, 7-2. Number 11 is Gary 21st Century, 5-5. Number 12 is South Ripley, 7-3. Number 13 is Heritage Christian, 5-1. Number 14 is Greencastle, 7-2. Number 15, University, 7-2. 16, Bremen, 7-0. 17, Bluffton, 7-2. And number 18 is Indianapolis Riverside, 10-0. Now we'll talk a little bit about Class 3A. Class 3A this week, as mentioned, tabulated on Monday the 5th. Class 3A is like this. Number 1, Silver Creek. 13-1. Number 2, Indianapolis Cathedral, 7-3. Number 3, Columbia City, 9-1. Number 4, Roncalli. They are now the Royals. They are no longer the Rebels. They're 7-2. Number 5, Shelbyville, 9-2. Number 6, Northview, 9-3. Number 7, Princeton, 9-2. Number 8, Fairfield, 7-1. Number 9, Indianapolis Addicts, 5-3. Number 10, Batesville, 8-1. Number 11, Gibson Southern, 7-3. Number 12, Brownstown Central, 6-2. Number 13, Boonville, 9-2. Number 14, Corridon Central, they're 10-2. Two teams tied at number 15. Heritage at 9-2. Fort Wayne Blackhawk at 8-2. And 4 teams tied at 17. Heritage Hills. Heritage Hills, if you didn't know, that's where Fort Bear quarterback Jay Cutler went to school. Heritage Hills, right down there at Santa Claus Land. Also at 17 is West Lafayette, 7-2. Number 17 also is Gammon Catholic, 7-4. Evansville Bossy, they're at 5-3. So you drop down, you come up with number 21, Southridge, 6-3. 21 team, Class 3A. And while we're mentioning, we'll go ahead and mention a little bit about 4A class right here. Number 1, Fishers Tigers, 11-0. Number 2, Crown Point, 9-0. Number 3, Carmel, 8-0. Number 4, Pike, the Red Devils, 9-2. Number 5, Mount Vernon Marauders. They are now 4A. They are 11-2. And back in the day, I should mention Hamilton Heights, now a graduate. He has played for the Marion Knights there in college. But right there, I should say Mr. Etchison, Just Etchison, playing against Mount Vernon his junior year. He broke the record for single game scoring record at Hamilton Heights with 56 points. And the Huskies didn't win the game. But we'll mention he broke the record of Mr. double check there, double Tikachi. Tikachi's had 54. And I asked him about that record. And he said, hey, Guts had a 3-point line. Ball brought in, half court belongs to the Blue Devils. Blue Devils in the back court and dribble to the timeline. It's Peyton Aller working against him. Foot for foot is Isaac Braley. So we're to the baseline. Kick it back out. 3-point shot good. And that's Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams might have the opportunity to set the scoring record for most 3-point shots made in a ball game. He might have 6 now outside the arc 3-point shot. Rims out, rebound, Peru. They're going to call an offensive foul. A shot taken from 3-point land didn't go from Jacob Boswell. And the rebound, trying to get the putback, was Zion C. And Zion C going to pick up the foul in their own front court. He picks up his second. The Blue Devils bring it in from the backcourt. Kellen Williams passes through the timeline. Grayson McFalls works it right side. Triple threat available. He'll dribble. That's Peyton Aller. He'll pick up a screen. Not going to use it. So we're going to do the baseline. Jace Clark. A dribble once. Back out top. Kellen Williams. 3-point shot short off the rim. Rebound. Tracked down by Jace Clark. Jace Clark turnaround. He'll pass it. Get past Kellen Williams. Williams is going to get called for an offensive foul. So they're going to call the chicken wing. They're going to call the chicken wing. That's what Clark Kellogg calls it. So he made it an advantage for himself. I didn't see much of that myself, but the call was made, and I believe the guy that called it. We're going to back around. Out top of the basketball, Peru Tigers. 6:55 left here in the third quarter. 38-26. Blue Devils by 12. Out top, we set the offense. Zion C. Zion C going to spin move at the right elbow. They'll go the corner with it. They'll bring the ball back out. Touches the hands briefly. Jacob Boswell. Now back out top. Braley. They'll get it to Eldridge. He'll pick up the dribble behind the 3-point line. 3-point shot, Boswell. Good. To the left corner, right corner baseline, Jacob Boswell. He's shooting 43% behind the arc. Last night, he ended the game at 15 for 35. That is a great percentage. In the paint. Hook shot, good. Grayson McFalls. And he'll slap 5 with the passer. That was Jace Clark. 40-29, Blue Devils by 11. 6:05 left here in the third on the dribble. 2-point shot, good. Just outside the paint. Right at the bucket. Number 3, Zion C. Zion C picks up his 13th point. Here in the ball game, Zion C averaging 19.2. We're just in the third quarter. 5:50 left on the dribble in the front court. 22, Kellen Williams. Out top, Peyton Aller working left side behind the arc, Jace Clark. Clark brings it in. Grayson McFalls, he drives through the hoop. 2-point shot off the glass, 21, Grayson McFalls. 42-31, back to an 11-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Out top of the basketball and move it back around, Reese Bella. They'll work it to the corner, Boswell. They'll get the ball back. Isaac Braley, 3-point shot in the air. Shot taken by Zion C. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. Tallest guy on either roster, 6'8". Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be tipped off the foot of Kellen Williams. Goes out of bounds. That was on the dribble. Pretty good defensive effort there by Peru. So in the ball game for Peru, we're going to see number 10, Ben Weinkoop. 5'9" junior. He'll bring the ball to the timeline. He'll take the point. He'll work it right side. Zion C. He'll bounce it in. Eldridge off the glass. Couldn't get the first shot. Got his own board. Put it back up and in. 2-point bucket, 15. Gets Kingston Eldridge, 7.3 rebounds per game average, and that leads both teams. Going to work it right side. Tall pass. And they're going to say it went out of bounds. It did go out of bounds. But Grayson McFalls wanted to get a tip to the defender, and they didn't call that. So they give it back to Peru. Will be brought in from the backcourt right there in front of Coach Tommy Newton. Crossing the timeline with the basketball. That's number 10, Ben Weinkoop. They'll bounce it in. He's all alone off the glass. Overplaying the dribble right there was Grayson McFalls. He didn't come up with the pass on the the bounce pass, and Eldridge had a clear path. Power layup right side, 2 points. 42-35. Working through the front court, going to throw the ball away. Jace Clark into the hands of Peru Tiger. He'll go the distance. Number 5, Isaac Braley for 2. Cuts the lead to 5. 42-37. 4:08, they'll work it up ahead. Quinn Toll, he'll fake a jump shot. They go in the paint off the glass. When they come down, they'll get the bucket. They'll get 2. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. 44-37. Blue Devils by 7. So, happening today, Saturday, NFL playoffs. First game at 4:30 was the Rams and the Panthers. And my wife tells me it was 34-31. Rams got the win. I tell you what, Matt Stafford or maybe Drake May, one of those two quarterbacks is going to be the NFL MVP this year. But Stafford's going to go on, play next week. So they win their game at 8 o'clock tonight, the Packers and the Bears. Packers lead the overall series, 109 wins. Bears have 97 wins. They've tied 6 times. Tonight is going to be the meeting number 213. The ball's going to be brought in backcourt. They'll bring it 84 feet. Kellen Williams is going to guard the inbound. They'll pass it in uncontested. Crossing the timeline, number 5, Isaac Braley. Outside the arc, the Zion C. He'll dribble it back out. We're going to get him as Peyton Aller. Out top, and we're going back out top of the key. Right side to Braley. Braley going to dribble in. We're going to get him as Quinn Toll. Going up at the shot there was Eldridge. And I'm trying to block the shot with Jace Clark. And Clark's going to draw the foul. There'll be 2 shots awarded to Peru Tiger, number 15, Kingston Eldridge. Kingston Eldridge, 6'3", just a freshman. A lot of upside for Kingston. Second shot, first shot, good, nothing but nets. So he gets some congratulatories from his teammates. But there's the foul strike. That's the way to do it. 3:46 left, third quarter. Second shot, rims off, would go. Rebound, Quinn Toll. 44-38, a 6-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils in the front court. 3-point shot, Kellen Williams rims out. Fighting for the board there, Grayson McFalls. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to give the ball to Tipton in the front court. So Tipton might have benefited there. I'm not close enough to know. 3:35 tossed in. Alley-oop pass while still in the air. Peyton Aller in the paint, 2-point shot. 46-38. 8-point advantage. Ball floats. They're trying to find Eldridge outside the paint. End up in the hands of Grayson McFalls. To the front court, Quinn Toll. Out top, Peyton Aller. Aller being guarded loosely there by Ben Weinkoop. They'll toss it in the paint. Left-handed off the glass. Nice move by Grayson McFalls. Pretty shot on the layup. Big guy. 48-38. Back to a 10-point advantage. Out top, Zion. See, he'll take a shot in the paint. Shot wouldn't go. Fight for the board. Picked up by Zion. He'll kick it back out. Eldridge takes the corner baseline. 2-point shot good for Kingston Eldridge. 48-40. 8-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Going to dribble up, hand off. Peyton Aller. And Aller's going to try to go the distance. Setting up, drawing the charge is Kingston Eldridge. So then a whistleless foul on Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller going to pick up his second foul in the ball game. Who's the starter? He doesn't hardly come off the floor. He plays a clean ball game. He'll be brought in backcourt. Tossed in, you get the ball back. That's Ben Weinkoop. Weinkoop on the dribble. Try to make a bounce pass outside the paint to Zion C, and good footwork kicks it out of bounds. Good reflexes. That's Peyton Aller. They're going to bring the ball back in. Peru Tigers. Left of the bucket on the baseline. Bring it in. Bounce pass. Zion C. He'll dribble once just outside the paint. They'll go up with a shot. Block shot. Jace Clark with a block shot to the front court. Peyton Aller slows the dribble down. Out top, Grayson McFalls. He'll take a 3-point shot. He'll get it. It'll rattle around, but it'll fall in like a popcorn popper. 3-point shot for Grayson McFalls. And McFalls nails his fourth 3-point shot on the season. Out top, moving the basketball. Going to be a foul called. Going to be a foul whistle on the Blue Devils. 23. It's going to be whistled on Quinn Toll. He has 2 in the contest. That's 4 in the quarter on the Blue Devils. 2:09 left here in the third. Next common foul, Peru will go to the stripe and shoot 2. We're working back right side. Thought about a 3. Eldridge hand the ball off. 2-point shot, rims out. That was Ben Weinkoop. Rebound controlled by Kellen. It was tipped away from the backside by Zion C. They work it to the front court. Ball's loose. Finally picked up by Quinn Toll. He finds an outlet. A seated position. That was Kellen Williams to go underneath the hoop right there. Peyton Aller couldn't get the bucket. Rebound, Kingston Eldridge. And Eldridge, a freshman, at 6'3", looking to get through a guard, and he does in the front court. Zion C. C going to dribble in. Ball goes out of bounds. He'll stay in the front court with Peru. We're going to have 3 check-in. We check in for Peru. That's Jacob Boswell, number 0. Number 5, Isaac Braley. And back in the ballgame, 11, Reese Beller. Will be brought in, left the bucket on the baseline. Be tossed in by Braley. He'll get it in. Zion C. C going to hand the ball off. Boswell, floater, in the paint. About a 14-footer, got the bucket for 2. 51-42 and 9 points. Advantage for the Blue Devils. 1:13 left here in the third quarter. Tell should say Jace Clark, he'll dribble. Pick up a screen from Quinn Toll. Pick up the basketball. Back to Toll. He'll go in. Kick it out right side. Peyton Aller. Back pedal dribble. Peyton Aller on the dribble out near the center circle now. They pick up the dribble. Number 5, Isaac Braley. They try to get into Jace Clark. It's stolen by Zion C. Zion C, left-handed shooter, goes right-handed layup off the glass. 51-44, 7-point lead for the Blue Devils. Tipped away from the backside. We're picked up by Jace Clark. They'll work it off the glass. Kellen Williams, and they'll stop play. They'll stop play. An inadvertent hand got the facial area of Oliver Raby. They'll check on him. Coach is not going out. Travis not going out. That's Travis Smith, third-year coach for Peru. He wants to keep his guy in the ballgame if he can continue. He subs in for him. He'll take a breather. That's 14, Oliver Raby. He'll take a breather with 36 seconds left in the third. Will be brought in backcourt. Crossing the timeline at a good dribble pace. That's Isaac Braley. To the corner, 2-point shot. Wouldn't go for Zion C. They're going to call a jump ball. Jump ball, simultaneous possession on the rebound. Alternate possession arrow gives it to the Peru Tigers. The Tigers are going to bring it in left to the bucket, their own bucket on the baseline. Going to be triggered in by Isaac Braley. He'll get it in. Trying to find Boswell. A little bit out in front of him. It was a pretty swift pass. Boswell couldn't catch up to it. Kind of looked like the Oregon Ducks last night. On a dribble, we're going to do the timeline. Peyton Aller. Aller in the front court. 20 seconds left. Spin move at the paint, and they're going to whistle a foul. It'll be an out-of-bounds foul. We need a second foul in the quarter for Peru. They're going to whistle this foul on number 5, Isaac Braley. Braley has 3 in the contest. 19.7 left. Kingston Eldridge back in the ball game. Jacob Boswell going to take a breather. 9-inch differential on the players. I'm not poking any fun at nobody. Out top of the basketball. Outside the arc, Owen Spidell in the ball game. 13 seconds left. Out top, Jace Clark, triple threat. He'll turn around, take a 2-point shot. He was straddling the 3-point line out top of the key. Rebound Eldridge. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Zion C. 3-point shot in the air wouldn't go. Shot taken near the buzzer. That was number 11, Reese Beller. That's going to complete 24 minutes. 3 quarters gone by. Score at the end of 3. Tipton Blue Devils 53. Peru Tigers 44. And I will mention tomorrow NFL, there are 6 wild card games this weekend, and that includes the Monday night game. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock, it'll be the Bills at the Jaguars. That'll be able to be seen on CBS. 49ers will be at the Eagles. That'll be on Fox. That's a 4:30 start. 8 o'clock start tomorrow night. The Chargers are at the Patriots. Patriots quarterback Drake May. Watch him, as mentioned. Matt Stafford, Drake May. One of them going to get the hardware for MVP of the league this year. That Patriots-Chargers game will be on NBC. And then Monday night, you'll have Monday Night Football, but it will be an AFC wild card round game. And it'll start, I think, at 8:15, maybe 8:20. It'll be the Texans at the Steelers. And I'm hoping Aaron Rodgers can do well. I tell you what, Aaron Rodgers, some people don't like his attitude. His attitude has been great as of late. And I'm here to tell you, I listened to his interviews, and he's a good guy. And he'll be an MVP. He'll get that gold jacket. They're going to bring the ball in. Alternate possession arrow. Blue Devils tossed in by Owen Spidell. Backcourt slightly on the dribble now, crossing the timeline. Peyton Aller being guarded there by 5, Isaac Braley. Out top, Owen Spidell, he'll dribble in, kick it out. 3-point shot wouldn't go. That was Kellen Williams. Rebound, Zion C for Peru. They'll work it up ahead off the glass. Nice play. Basket good. That was 23, Talon Douglas. And a good feed there, I believe it was 5, Isaac Braley in the front court. 53-46. Blue Devils by 7. Out top, Grayson McFall. They go to the corner with it. 3-point shot, good. Nice follow through, left corner baseline. Peyton Aller for 3. 56-46. 10-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Up top, and we're going to back around. Zion C picking up a screen from Eldridge. Tried to use it, couldn't get it done. Back to Eldridge. He'll work it right side on the dribble. That's Douglas. Zion C now back out top. Working the basketball. That's Reese Beller. Back to Zion C, and then move the back around to Beller. Blue Devils playing good foot-for-foot defense. Outside and working outside the paint. Off the glass, Zion C couldn't get the shot off the glass. Back the other direction. Ball ends up in the hands of Jake Clark. They'll work it to Peyton Aller. And Aller puts it off the glass at a very interesting angle. He absorbed the foul. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was enough to be called. So he'll get 2, plus he'll shoot 1, try to 3-point play. In the ball game for Tipton is going to be Isaac Cumberhouse, 32. Jace Clark taking a breather. Quinn Smith back in the ball game. He wears number 4. Taking a breather is the freshman, Kellen Williams. So 1 shot, 3-point play opportunity. Peyton Aller. Shot rims around, wouldn't go. Rebound fought for. Isaac Cumberhouse ends up in the hands of Peyton Aller. So the Blue Devils going to have an opportunity at a 4-point play here in the front court on this possession, or maybe 5. They'll work it in. They'll toss it in to Grayson McFall. It's going to be a foul call. It's going to be a non-shooting foul, and they haven't reached the 5 limit, the minimum, I guess you should say. And they're going to whistle this foul on number 5, Isaac Braley. And he'll take a breather. He slaps him 5, but he's reached his allotment on personal fouls. He takes a breather. He'll play again, and they work the ball in. Grayson McFall off the glass, couldn't get the bucket. So he'll shoot 2. That is a shooting foul. They're going to whistle this foul on number 11, Reese Beller. Beller picks up his second in the ball game. At the free throw line, Grayson McFalls. First shot up, good. Grayson McFalls, a pretty good free throw shooter. Grayson McFalls entered last night at 70%. 6'8". You know he's got some big hands. Right, envelops that basketball. Second shot, also good. Got both of them. Grayson McFall, 60, 46, 14-point advantage for the Blue Devils. In the front court, Zion C. Hands the ball off, gets the ball back from Dawson Babbs. Now Dawson Babbs out top. Moving the basketball, Douglas. Now Zion C. Now Eldridge. Eldridge with the basketball. Zion C. Skip pass out top. Turnaround jumper, 3-point land. Good. Zion C for 3. 60-49. It's an 11-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Bring it to the timeline. Crossing the timeline with the pass. Grayson McFalls. McFalls lost the handle. The high dribble reaching in. Almost a tie-up, and it was a tie-up. They're going to give the ultimate possession arrow to the Tigers. So that jump ball, ultimate possession arrow, is going to give the ball back to the Tigers, and that goes in the book as a turnover because the Blue Devils had the possession. So we're going to the front court. Picks up the dribble out center circle. That's number 11. Beller out top of the circle wouldn't go. Tried an encore. That was Zion C. Rebound collected by Reese Beller. Tried to go back up the shot. Couldn't get the shot away, but he did release it. Couldn't get near the rim, but that'll earn him a trip to the foul stripe, and he'll shoot 2. A foul whistle on 32, Isaac Cumberhouse. He has 2. First shot good for Reese Beller. Blue Devils going to check back in. 22, Kellen Williams, and 23, Quinn Toll. Taking a breather. Owen Spidell and Quinn Smith. One more shot. Reese Beller rims out. Rebound, Isaac Cumberhouse. He hands off. Point guard, Peyton Aller. Aller in the front court. He'll slow it up. Working against him is Reese Beller. On the dribble, he'll get by the defender. They'll go to the corner. 3-point shot, good. Yes, who? Kellen Williams, 3-point shot, good. 63-50. To the front court, Zion C. He'll kick it back out. Reese Beller. They'll bounce it into Eldridge. Spin move in the paint. They go up with a shot. He'll absorb a foul. Wasn't a lot, but it was enough to call. Whistle blows. And Eldridge is going to shoot 2 more. So they're going to whistle this foul on Grayson McFalls. He has 3 in the contest. 5:13 left, fourth quarter. First shot up and good. Kingston Eldridge. That is a cool name. Coming out of the ball game, there's Isaac Cumberhouse. Chase Clark back in. 2 shots. Second shot. Kingston Eldridge got both of them. 63-52. Blue Devils by 11. 5:10 left. Blue Devils trying to break the press. They'll jump pass out of it. Jace Clark, he'll launch a 3. 3-point shot rims out. Rebound Eldridge to the front court. Zion C for the outlet. They'll go off the glass. He'll earn a trip to the stripe. They go baseline, trying to go baseline. He'll earn a trip to the stripe. He'll shoot 2. Then we'll whistle a foul on Quinn Toll. He has 3 in the contest. So Zion C going to the foul stripe. Left-handed shooter. First shot, rims around, wouldn't go. They'll get one more. 4:59 left here in the fourth quarter. 63-52. Blue Devils by 11. And now Blue Devils by 10 as Zion C hits the back end of a 2-shot foul to the front court. Grayson McFalls works to the left side. Quinn Toll bounces it back out near the top. We're going to do Jace Clark. Clark picks up the dribble. We're going to get him immediately is Dawson Babs. We're going back to Clark. Blue Devils trying to take some clock here. Going to be a reach-in foul. Babs going to get called for the foul. The 10-point ball game. So foul with it on number 12, Dawson Babs. He's a 5'9" freshman. He's got some quick feet. Brought in Quinn Cole. Quinn Cole going to work it right side, deep in the front court. Peyton Aller picked up immediately by Reese Beller. Bounce pass back out top. Kellen Williams now back to Peyton Aller on the dribble. He's going to dribble the lane. He's got an opening. He'll go off the glass. Couldn't get it. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. They're going to put back. Wouldn't get his shot. He's outside the paint. Peyton Aller, a second attempt on the rebound. Wouldn't go. The outlet. Peru Tigers in the front court. Spin move in the paint. 2-point shot would go. Kingston Eldridge, he tried to spin move in the paint. I've seen other officials call travel here in this gym, but that was not a travel. Good play by Eldridge. Going to be a full timeout. Timeout called by the Peru Tigers. 3:56 left. During this timeout, we'll see Peru check back in with number 10, Ben Weinkoop, and also checking back in with 14, Oliver Raby. So 3:56 left, 63-53. And what a ball game. We'll mention tonight's ball game in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana, just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's right there along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. They've got posters and oversized printing is available. And if you are planning a wedding, you can call Discount Copies because they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone, 317-773-8783. Again, 317-773-8783. Discount Copies, 96@gmail.com. And we're thankful putting me in sports. Football, I tell you what, they slow up our rosters, makes it easier for we. Discount Copies in Noblesville. Ball brought in, front court. Be brought in by the Blue Devils. Quinn Cole going to enter the ball and go backcourt slide. Peyton Aller retrieves. Being guarded by Reese Beller. Across the timeline in the front court, picks up a screen from Quinn. Didn't use it. Works it left side. Jace Clark now back to Peyton. Peyton on the dribble, trying to take some clock here. Take some clock or look for an absolute path to the basket. And the Peyton Aller going to absorb a foul. Trying to draw the charge there. Good effort, Peru Tiger, number 14, Oliver Raby. Raby picks up his fourth foul in the contest. Coach Travis Smith going to sub in for him. It's difficult to play efficiently with 4 fouls. First shot up and good. Peyton Aller, he'll get one more. So back in the ballgame for Peru is number 0, Jacob Boswell. And Oliver Raby gets a medium 5 from Coach Travis Smith. Well, one more shot going to be awarded here to Peyton Aller. 64-53. And now 64 still, 53. Rebound, Tipton, Quinn Cole. So Blue Devils, had a sneeze there. Ball in the front court, Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith in the ball game. Peyton Aller out top. Now Quinn Cole behind the arc to the corner, Kellen Williams. Zach Ridgway back in the game. Jump pass, cross court pass. Quinn Smith in the paint, lost the handle, picked up by Zach Ridgway. Ridgway goes up the shot, couldn't get it, but he'll shoot 2. So foul whistle on Kingston Eldridge. He has 3 in the contest. That's 5 on the team for Peru. First shot, good. Zach Ridgway, he'll get another. Blue Devils have 3 fouls here in the fourth quarter. 3:14 left here in the fourth. 65-53. Second shot wouldn't go for Zach Ridgway. Rebound, Eldridge. Ball's on the table, on the loose. And then they're gonna allow a timeout. Not sure here. They're gonna call it on a side court line. So ball's out of bounds. Quinn Smith picked up the basketball. He did roll. They didn't call travel. They called him because when he rolled, I think he landed on the side court line right there in front of the Blue Devil bench. Well, they give it to Peru. Peru in the front court of the basketball. Intercepted. Trying to get it to Eldridge. Picked up there by Quinn Toll. Toll's in the front court. Picked up his dribble. They'll get it back to Peyton Aller. Aller on the dribble. 3:55. They go down low. First slam dunk of the season for the Blue Devils. Zach Ridgway. Baseline. He was all alone. Two-handed slam. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay in the front court. Peru Tigers going to have the basketball. 2:45 on the game clock. Darius Johnson put 2 down against the Blue Devils near the Christmas break. Mr. Wayne South on the dribble in the front court. Working the basketball there is Eldridge. She'll pick it back up. Cross-court pass. 3-point shot in the air. Boswell. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll going to shake some elbows there. Got to be careful with swinging an elbow with the basketball because you can be called for a foul even if you do not make contact. And that could have very well been. They're going to foul Toll after that. And Toll's going to walk the distance, just shoot 2 at the front court for the Blue Devils. First shot good. Left-handed shooter. He's smooth. The only person I can think of that can throw a football right-handed and shoot a basketball left-handed would be Larry Bird. Second shot, rims around, fell in. Got both of them. Quinn Toll to the front court. 2:27 left. 69-53. 16-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Shot by Zion C. wouldn't go. Rebound fought for. Picked up. Eldridge takes the second shot in the front court. Quinn Smith will pass it to the corner. Driving in baseline off the glass. Got the bucket. Peyton Aller for 2. And he'll shoot 1 more. So Peyton Aller going to go to the foul stripe. We're going to see 4 sub in. Coach Smith. Going to be number 2, Ashton Moorhead. He's a 5'7" sophomore. Number 50, Lucas Rodriguez. He got action in the JV game. 6'1" freshman. Back in the ball game, number 12. He's already been in this game. Dawson Babs, freshman. So three-point play good for Peyton Aller. Going to bring it to the timeline on the dribble. That's number 10, Ben Weinkoop. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Tipton. Quinn Smith. We'll bring it to the timeline. Quinn Smith going to dribble in the paint. He'll go left-handed off the glass. Couldn't get it. Nearly a rebound there. Couldn't get the board. That was Zach Ridgway. Front court, Weinkoop. To the corner, 3-point shot. Short off the rim, wouldn't go. Shot taken there by 24, Carter Musser. He's a 5'11" sophomore. He just checked in with these other 3 guys. 3-point shot straight away. 3-point shot good. Kellen Williams. 90 seconds left. 75-53. They're working through the baseline. Outside the paint, 2-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Peyton Aller. That shot taken by Carter Musser, number 34. And the Blue Devils are going to sub in. They're going to bring 4 in off the bench. Now 5. Wholesale substitution for the Blue Devils. Owen Spidell in the ball game, number 11. Number 20 is Jaron Aller. Number 3 is Oliver Stewart. Number 12. Tell you what, that's the only guy I don't have. But I think it's Mason Day. Don't quote. Nope, Mason Day going to get the inbound pass. They'll bring it through the timeline to get the ball back from Owen Spidell. They're working outside the arc. On the dribble out top. They go to the corner with it. 3-point shot. Owen Spidell. Good. Owen Spidell makes his first shot of the season. And he was in a little bit of a drought in the varsity game, but he's no longer in that drought. 3-point shot for Spidell. In the paint off the glass. 2-point shot. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by 50. Lucas Rodriguez. Jaron Aller in the front court. He'll work it left side. Owen Spidell to the corner. 3-point shot rims out. Got his own rebound. They're working to the right corner baseline. Mason Day. 3-point shot wouldn't go. going to call a foul on the rebound. It's going to be whistled on the Blue Devils. Just under 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Jaron Aller going to pick up his first foul in the contest. He's smiling. He's back at the free throw line on defense. Going to bring the ball in to the front court. Wynkoop. Wynkoop way out top. They'll work it right side on the hesitation dribble. They get a Wynkoop. They'll work it into Rodriguez. He'll try to take a shot in the paint, and he's going to earn a trip to the foul stripe, and he'll shoot two. 30.3. Jaron Aller picks up a quick second foul here late in the fourth quarter. 78-53. Blue Devils in front at the foul stripe. Lucas Rodriguez. First shot good. He'll get one more. He gets some congratulatories from his teammates, Ben Wynkoop, and also 24, Carter Mustard. Rodriguez, second shot, also good. 78-55. Blue Devils bring the ball in. Owen Spidell going to bring it to the timeline. At a trot pace, across the timeline, work it left side around the perimeter on the dribble. Working right there, left side, Mason Zay. Working the basketball. Out top, 10 seconds left. They'll bounce it over to Mason Day. Out top, way out top in the front court. Owen Spidell going to hold the basketball. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's going to complete tonight's ball game. Tonight's ball game, final score, Tipton Blue Devils 78. Peru Tigers 55. And we'll mention next game on the agenda for the Peru Tigers. It's going to happen on Friday, next Friday the 16th. 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. It'll be a sectional matchup before the sectional. And a conference matchup, it's Peru Tigers. They will be at the Mechanical Braves next Friday evening, 7:30 varsity. On the Tipton Blue Devils, they're going to have a game coming up on Tuesday. It's right around the corner. Tuesday, the 13th, January, 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. The Wabash Apaches will be here with the Tipton Blue Devils in the Inferno. We do thank you for tuning in. We thank my wife back home for sound check. We thank Robbie Kendall, audiosportsonline.net. And we appreciate you. And we appreciate T-Mobile. T-Mobile making this broadcast available to the listening ears. I'm going to bow out of here, but I'm going to mention we are going to talk to head coach of the Tipton Blue Devils, Mr. Tommy Newton. We'll talk to him momentarily. If you'll stay tuned, we'll talk to Tommy Newton, first-year coach for the Blue Devils. Moves the Blue Devils record to 4-6. We thank you for tuning in. Please stay tuned. Okay, right now I'm going to talk to Coach Tommy Newton. Said what, Tommy Newton? The locker room sounds better tonight.
Feels a lot different than last night, doesn't it?
I tell you what a game! I tell you what, you guys put 78 points on the board. That's a pretty good output.
Helps when you get one guy that shoots 8 for 13 from the 3-point line. That helps a lot. It opens up a lot. But we still had everyone contributing. Peyton Holler with 13. Grayson McFalls played really well. He's 5 for 6 from the field and had 13 points. But yeah, Kellen Williams making 8 threes opens up the floor a lot.
You happen to know what the school record is for threes?
No, I will need to check this weekend and see if he's the new record holder as a freshman. Definitely a freshman record would be my guess.
My son's a 2010 graduate. He got 9.
Oh, never mind. Oh, okay.
He was not this school.
Blue though. Okay.
He was 7.8 miles to the south, and you'll see them on the 30th of January.
Oh, we'll see them then.
I tell you what a ball game. Defensively, you guys played well, and your percentage of shots were much better.
Yep. Defensively, our whole goal this week was to stop our turnovers and to rebound the basketball. And tonight we out rebounded them 40 to 24, and we only had 14 turnovers. So we're moving in the right direction. Offensively, good things happen when you get it inside out, and that's been our whole key. Grace McFalls is a huge human being, and when we get it inside to them, they're going to have to make a decision if they want to double or if they want to leave him one-on-one. They doubled early, and Kellen hit a lot of shots early.
Jack Ridgway went baseline, had a rim rocker, first one of the season for the Blue Devils.
He talks about it all the time, and he does it all the time in warm-ups and in practice, so I'm glad he was able to get one in the game. That was awesome.
I've seen him reverse two-handed slam.
Last night, he looked like he was jumping pretty high, so that was awesome play, and a shout-out to Owen Spidell as well, hitting the 3 there at the end, built some confidence. That was awesome to see.
I tell you what, Tuesday, you're going to have Wabash in the house. That could be another win for the Blue Devils.
Yep, we told them we have a challenge, 5 games in 9 days, and we're 1 for 1. Our goal is to win the rest. So let's take a good Sunday off, enjoy our day, and then Monday get back to it and have that game on Tuesday.
So that was Tommy Newton. Tommy Newton's giving some words. That's very kind of him. And so we'll be back on Tuesday. Put me in sports. If you want to listen, you can listen live or listen later. The game's archived, and you can actually listen to other sports. Blue Devils football. You can listen to Central Catholic Knights baseball. And keep in mind, Central Catholic Knights going to host the Tipton Blue Devils baseball season on May the 12th. Blue Devils at Central Catholic. We're going to bow out of here. We're going to mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. The fire burning.